we are a smaller, mid-sized, smaller country, so we don't have a very strict geopolitical agenda like some other nations have. I think that also gives us opportunity to function as a bridging partner between China and other nations. We also have a spirit of compromise in Belgium, which is very well developed. We have to compromise internally, domestically, between language communities. And so we have the normal habit. We are used to the need to pay efforts to bring together differences of culture, differences, opinions. It's not always easy, but it works. And so that gives us the software and the attitude also to function as a bridge between the West and China. I think it's a nice history. It's a history with very positive developments. I think the golden age of Europe-China cooperation was the period between, let's say, 2004-5 till 2014-15. And since then, we have entered the phase of suspicion for Europe and the States to adapt to the new reality. And we don't have sufficiently invested in what I would call a constructive agenda of cooperation with China. After China entering the WTO and reform and opening up policies, laying out completely, for instance, we had major events like the Olympic Games and so on. We had bilateral visits. We had very frequent contacts at the highest level, but also lots of cultural and people-to-people events organized. I think that China-Belgium relations are very good, but we have to invest again in a constructive agenda. And also Belgium, we have had some less positive phases, like the reaction of the European Union towards Chinese investments, the suspicion about security issues with contacts with China. And of course, we have to defend our safety interests. But then again, there are possibilities for a more constructive and positive approach. And I think also some opinion makers have played a very bad, biased opinions. And so we should combat this. Yeah, most important to have a constructive, positive agenda for the future. Belgium geographically and politically is operating as a gateway to Europe. This means an entry point that you let enter to have the infrastructure, the human and physical infrastructure to host people coming from China and to make it possible for them to explore more in Europe. I think they should not miss the opportunities like I have done in the past and others. And I think from a young age to have an open mind and an open view on the surrounding world and to pay more attention to China, even though being overwhelmed at European and side by American culture, be sufficiently curious to learn to know the Chinese culture and the Chinese nation. And in China, I would say you're 1.4 billion people, and it's a vast nation, and it's a fantastic country. But even then, it's interesting to look into other places in the world. There are already lots of Chinese tourists traveling all over the globe, but you're so numerous that there's still a lot of people to mobilize and to seize opportunities of connection.